to Learning with Jess. Today, I'm going to show you how to stake Solana on the Phantom wallet. Before we get into it, it's important to know how staking works. Cryptocurrencies are run on decentralized networks that are maintained by a set of entities that secure the network and in return compete to earn rewards and transaction fees. These entities are typically called miners or validators. An average user that is using cryptocurrency is not verifying the transaction themselves. They are trusting these entities to verify, process their transactions. Different cryptocurrencies have different rules/consensus mechanisms that these entities need to abide by in order to be profitable. For example, Bitcoin relies on a proof-of-work consensus which requires specialized hardware, ASICs or GPUs that miners run in order to secure the network. Solana, on the other hand, uses a proof of history and proof of stake consensus, but requires validators to lock or stake their Solana tokens on the network before they are permitted to act as validators. From a user perspective, every consensus mechanism has trade-offs between speed/security and cost of transaction fees. If there were 100 Solana tokens locked on the Solana network, and your validator had 10 Solana locked, you would theoretically earn 10% of all network rewards over time. Anyone who owns SOL can run a validator, but for users who are not technically inclined to run the software, they can choose to delegate to a validator instead. This is what we will be doing in today's video. We will delegate some Solana to a validator. What this means is you lock your token in another validator and will earn a percentage of that validator's reward. It is worth noting that validators charge delegators a fee. Delegating your tokens to a validator does not give the validator ownership or control over your tokens. At all times, you still control all your staked tokens and can easily unstake them. However, if you stake to a dishonest validator that gets penalized or slashed, your stake would also be slashed. For example, some networks will penalize validators that have bad uptime, meaning their software is not always connected to the network and might be disconnecting from time to time. So, when choosing a validator, be sure to check as much of its history as possible, like the uptime and how much it charges delegators. Another important thing to note is there is a delay in unstaking your tokens, depending on the network. Why? Because remember, the threshold of honesty. The more tokens that are staked in the network, the more secure it is. If there were no delays in unstaking, imagine what would happen if the price of the token went down. Many people would panic sell, including validators, which would push the price of the token down even more and push the security of the network down with it. As you can see on the map, validators process transactions on the network and verify the blockchain using various nodes around the world, keeping the network decentralized and secured from going offline. If you don't already have the Phantom wallet downloaded, I will leave a video link in the description that is a step-by-step guide on how to create and use the Phantom wallet. To stake Solana, click on the Solana token, click where it says Start Earning SOL. Here you will see a list of the different validators you can stake your SOL with, or you can even search for a validator. Most validators take a 10% fee to keep the blockchain up and running. If you click on a validator, you will be able to see the name of the validator, the commission, the total delegation of SOL that is staked within the pool, and below is the number of wallets that have delegated to the validator. To learn more about staking rewards and how much you will receive per year by staking your SOL, visit stakingrewards.com. Click Solana. Down here, you can see the rewards you can earn as a delegator or validator. You can also calculate how much you will be earning by entering the amount here and duration. This goes for if you're a delegator, validator, or even a lender. The graph shows you the revenue you would earn over time. At the bottom of the page, you can view the validators you want to stake your SOL with and see the estimated rewards you would earn over time if you were to delegate your SOL. As you can see here, Everstake is the largest validator. You can see the amount of SOL staked here in dollar value, and the percentage shows you the voting power this validator has in the network. Ideally, you want to select a validator that charges 10% or less in commission and has a minimum of, say, $1 million worth of staked SOL. Another important thing to note, imagine the Solana network had a total of 100 SOL locked, and all 100 SOL came from one validator. The network would no longer be decentralized because there's only one validator that owns 100% of the stake. As a result, there is no other validator to check whether or not that entity is honest or dishonest. That validator would have total control over the network. This is why it's also typically a good idea not to stake with the biggest validator, as that threatens the distribution of stake within the network. However, if you stake to a validator that's too small, you have less chance of earning rewards as they own less percentage of the network. For this tutorial, I will choose to stake with Figment. It's not the largest validator, but it does have good rewards. Click the validator. Once you put the amount you want to stake, click Stake. If you want to view the transaction on the blockchain, you can click View Transaction and see it on SolScan. You can now see within the Phantom wallet that 0.1 SOL has been delegated to the validator. You can of course stake with multiple validators, it doesn't have to be just one. If you want to do that, click the plus icon and you will be able to select another validator to delegate to. It shows us that our delegation is activating. If you go to solbeach.io and view the epoch is the time it takes for specific blocks on the chain to be finalized. Once the epoch has finished, the delegation of our SOL will be activated in the next epoch time. That's when your delegation will be activated, and then you'll start earning rewards. If you want to unstake, you will have to wait until your delegation is activated, and after 2 to 3 days, you can then unstake your SOL from the validator. It is important to research the validator you choose to stake your SOL with, because if the validator you choose to stake with does something shady, the validator will get slashed, resulting in losing their SOL and possibly yours as well. That is why it is good to do your own research and avoid validators that do not have a name or offer lower commissions to attract newcomers to stake their SOL into their pool. Now, you should know how to stake your SOL within the Phantom wallet to earn passive income. I hope this video helped. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with my latest content. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.